it's Elise here at Bowman Library with another teen book spotlight from our teen section. So, it is March, which means we are about officially ready to enter March Madness, which for anyone who's a sports fan, basketball fan, or probably people who are not even sports fans, you've heard of this before, which is epic craziness. And while it might look a little different this year from past years, it's gonna happen. So to get us inspired, get us ready, our theme this week is fiction and nonfiction books that have some basketball in it. So let's get started. Our first one is Foul Trouble by John Feinstein. So Terrell and Danny are friends on and off the court. They're both stars on their high school basketball team, and they decide the summer between their junior and senior year that they're going to go to a prestigious summer basketball camp that will launch them into the national discussion of the best high school players, and there will be scouts there from tons of colleges' top teams. But when they get there, they find out that there is way more than just playing the game, as the boys soon find themselves being manipulated and having backdoor propositions made by various scouts, all of which are against the rules and are illegal, and they could get Danny and Terrell in serious trouble. You will follow Terrell's and Danny's journey as they go through this camp, and they will then enter their senior year season, and they're trying to just navigate and survive everything that is coming their way as they are facing probably the most important decision that they're ever going to have to make in their life about what they want to do with their basketball career at the end of their senior year. The action is fast-paced, and you will find yourself along for the journey as well. And you will be wondering too, like, what are they gonna do when they have to make this decision? This is Foul Trouble. After the Shot Drops by Randy Rebay, and I love this book. You will love it too. This is about Bunny and Nasir, and they've always been best friends, but things soon start to change when Bunny leaves their Philadelphia neighborhood to play basketball at a nearby prestigious private school. Nasir, hurt by his best friend leaving, starts to then hang out with this other guy named Wallace. And Wallace kind of has a bad habit, and he likes to gamble. Specifically, he likes to bet on high school basketball games. And he always bets that the team that Bunny is on with his new high school, that they're gonna lose. But Bunny's team is actually really, really good, and they have not been losing. In fact, they've won almost every single game this season, and they're on their way to the state championship game. The problem with this, though, for Wallace is that he's now in a very big hole because he owes a lot of money. Wallace decides he's going to try to influence and recruit Nasir because he wants Nasir, Bunny's best friend. He wants Nasir to sabotage Bunny's game so he can start to win back his money. And when Nasir goes to Bunny and explains kind of what's happening, Bunny is forced to choose between his best friend and his chances at getting a full ride to college based on his skills. This is told through both of their points of view, and you are in for a treat filled with friendship, loyalty, and drama on and off the court. This is After the Shot Drops. Again, so good. Boost! So Savvy and her family just had to move from Arizona to Rhode Island. Savvy's thing is basketball, and her older sister Callie's is cheerleading. Savvy soon finds herself making the elite basketball team at the high school, even though she is only 14 years old. Well, her sister Callie is having a hard time because she's not able to be a flyer, which is her old position on her old cheerleading squad. She's not able to be a flyer on the cheerleading squad in Rhode Island due to her recent weight gain. Deciding to do something about it, Callie starts taking some dangerous over-the-counter diet pills, and Savvy sees what her sister's doing and tries to do the right thing and brings the attention of their parents to what's going on, leading to some severe sisterly issues. At one of Savvy's basketball games one night, a bag of steroids is found in her bag, and Savvy says they're not hers, but her life is completely turned upside down. This realistic mystery is something that could happen in real life, and you will be turning the pages as fast as you can to find out what happens and to see if Savvy can get through this. This is Boost. The Final Four. So it is time for the two semifinal games for the National College Basketball Championship, also known as the Final Four, because there are 4 teams left. The Troy University Trojans and the Michigan State Spartans, both of which are underdogs, are meeting in a much anticipated game because everyone loves a good underdog story, and when there are 2 underdogs against each other, people are going to love it. As the game progresses, you are told about the various players and their journeys to this point through flashbacks, interviews, newspaper articles, and journal entries. Each player has a different reason for playing, and each has a different goal they want to accomplish through their play. While you start to cheer for each individual, the action of the game itself is completely nerve-wracking, and you will be on the edge of your seat the whole time wanting to know who wins, but you're also going to be cheering for each team because you want both teams to win. So this is the Final Four. The back roads to March, okay? So in this amazing nonfiction look at college basketball, the author decides not to focus on the big teams that everyone seems to know. You know, like the Dukes, the, University of North Carolinas, the Villa, you name the team, he decided not to cover them. But instead, he decides to focus on the smaller, lesser known teams that no one really expects to win in college basketball. Traveling all over the country throughout the 2018 season, he visits teams and arenas that many have never even heard of. But they all have their own stories, and their players have their own dreams and goals. For some, they want to go pro, but many play because of their love for the game. Filled with heartwarming stories and descriptions of amazing games that have never even been heard of, but they are games that will be remembered for ages for those specific teams and fans. If you love college basketball, this is a must read. This is the Backroads to March. And one of my new favorites, okay, this is NBA 75, okay? So if you love the NBA, then this is the book for you. This covers the history of all 75 years of the league. You will read about the history, the teams, the players, the scandals. There are 75 stories, in fact, that touch on every big highlight as well as events you may not even know about. Filled with a ton of photos, you will see everything and be right there for all of the action. This book is pretty much amazing and it's epic. I love it because what they do is for each event, it is a 2-page spread. You see some awesome pictures. It gives you some descriptions. Okay. Again, you are going to be right there in the action, learning about things that you never even knew about. I remember when this happened, the Malice in the Palace. If you have never seen this, you can watch it on YouTube. It is crazy. So this is NBA 75, highly recommended. So this gives you a taste about some of the basketball books that we have here, but I do promise we have more to get you ready and in the spirit for the upcoming March Madness. So you can come on down to the library, check out one of these, or we are here to help you find whatever basketball book you may be looking for. I hope you tune back next week when we have a whole new teen book spotlight, and I hope you have a great week.